Hi everyone, my name is Rosemary and welcome to my Unit 15 screencast, which is going to be my last one of the semester. The way I'm going to run my screencast this week is I'm going to read through the 7 different questions first that Professor Collins posed, and then I'm going to go ahead and answer them showing the accordingly correct maps. So the first question is, how do the changes in seasons affect the daily range of temperatures? Discuss the differences in the day-night variations in temperatures in January through February and March. During March, the temperatures ranged up and down accordingly to the time of day. During January, the daily swings are smaller and also less tied to the time of day. Rather, they are tied to the air mass present. Question 2. Based on your analysis, if the temperatures are warmer than climatology, does this represent clear skies or cloudy conditions? In the winter, warmer than climatology temperatures represent cloudy skies because the increased humidity holds heat better and the clouds block the radiation from escaping into space. In the summer months, warmer temperatures represent clear skies, which allow the sun's radiation to get to the ground and heat it more, combined with lower humidity to hold the colder temperatures. Question 3. Based on your analysis, how do the changes in temperature and humidity reflect the changes in weather and movement of different air masses? Please highlight differences in the variation of dew point and relative humidity. As you can see from these pictures, on Tuesday, where there is a high pressure dominating Eagle, and by Thursday, this high pressure has been pushed out. And on Saturday, the high pressure is still gone. If you look on the graph for Thursday, it shows higher pressure, which drops considerably by Thursday, and then it starts to kind of recover a little bit by Saturday. If we look at how the temperature changed over that time on Tuesday, when we had the higher pressure, the temperature was closer to the climate average. By Thursday, when the pressure had gone down, the temperature had increased to considerably above the average, so kind of looking in here. By Saturday, when the pressure had recovered, the average temperature had come back down. Similarly, on the humidity, if we look at the blue line, which is the dew point one, from Tuesday to Thursday, the average seemed to go down. As the pressure drops, the dew point drops. On Thursday, the dew point starts to go back up. On Saturday, it's about where it was on Tuesday. The relative humidity, which is going to be the brown line, is strikingly close to an upside-down version of the temperature graph. Question 4. Are the satellite measurements of humidity consistent with the station measurements? Do days with station measurements of higher humidity correlate with brighter shades on the correspondingly satellite images? Yes. The 24th at 2 p.m. has marginally higher dew point than March 26th at 3 p.m. On the weather maps, it shows a little bit brighter on March 24th at 2 p.m. than it does on March 26th at 3 p.m. And just kind of make it easier to see, the little red dots that I put here represent the times that the pictures were taken. Question 5. Based on your analysis, how do the winds explain the observed weather? Discuss how prevailing winds might influence the climate. On January 25th through the 31st, the winds are from the northeast and are associated with colder than average weather. In March, the winds are from the south or southeast and are associated with warmer than average weather. So if you had prevailing winds from the south, you would have a warmer climate, and if you had prevailing winds from the north, you would have a colder climate. Of course, both of these things are assuming you're talking about the northern hemisphere. Question 6. Based on your analysis, explain the meteorological conditions that gave rise to colder than expected temperatures in Eagle during late January. Suggest what meteorological conditions would give rise to typical temperatures in Eagle in late January. The colder than average temperatures in Eagle in January were the result of a very high pressure system moving in. You can see this in the correlation between the top and middle graphs in Figure 1. As the pressure increases, the temperature decreases. If the pressure had stayed at a more moderate level, Eagle would have had more typical temperatures. Finally, question 7. Based on your analysis, explain the meteorological conditions that gave rise to warmer than expected temperatures in Eagle in late March. Suggest what meteorological conditions would give rise to typical temperatures in Eagle in late March. The warmer than average temperatures in Eagle in March were largely due to the winds blowing in from the south, bringing in the warmer air. More typical temperatures would result if winds were to stop blowing from the south. This concludes my final screencast. Thank you everyone for watching, and thank you for a great semester. I definitely have learned a lot.